Welcome, Amazonians, to another great episode of Amazonian Talk. Just a few quick things. We are not here to bash men or women. We are simply stating our opinions and our experiences. If you feel offended on more than one occasion, then this may not be the podcast for you. We ask that you don't leave or call in with discriminatory or rude comments. If you didn't think about what you were going to say first, then it's probably not wise to say it at all. Remember, if you are calling in to participate in the show, then you are giving us consent to record your voice. All right, so now that we got that disclaimer out of the way, let's get to it and talk about it with your hosts, Winter Blaze and Violet Cruz. Hello, Amazonians and Amazonian allies. Thank you for returning to another great episode of Amazonian Talk.
Like the Tibetan singing bowl?
Yes.
Okay. That was interesting. Okay.
That was very good. So this episode is It's Real Compassion Fatigue. So we're going to talk to you about what that is, what it feels like, what it looks like, because it is not the same as burnout. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, you waiting for a commercial?
Yes.
Oh. Well, Miss Violet said we have to go to commercial, so we're going to commercial now. Liquor, buy me dinner. Maybe be nicer and I'll be a sinner. Visit AmazonianTalk.com for special treats and deals from our affiliates, Jimmy Jane, Fredericks of Hollywood, and Adam and Eve. And while you're at it, listen to episode 1 of season 2. As always, Amazonian Talk appreciates your support. All right, don't judge. Okay, so, yeah, compassion fatigue. But here we go.
Before we get into the fatigue of compassion, we will give you your intention, or rather your quote for your intention for the week.
You did that last week.
What?
You said, intention, quote.
Okay, so what I'm hoping everyone is doing, the goal of all of this is for us to provide you a quote, and you can set your own intention based on what it is that you're doing that week or what have you. So here's your quote to jumpstart your intention for the week.
Again. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. So, feminism isn't about making women strong. Women are already strong. It's about changing the way the world perceives that strength. I love this quote so much because you don't have to make us strong. Women are by nature strong. We do the heavy lifting. I'm sorry, Amazonian allies, but and the pushing. Exactly. And so it's not about, we have to make women stronger. Boo-boo, we're already strong. Okay. Yeah. It's about the way the world recognizes that strength that we already have. So I will tell you who said that later on.
Yes. And to piggyback off of that shortly is that is why we reach breaking points really quick, because we already have that strong attribute, but then we're required to be stronger than that. And it's like, damn, son, like, okay.
Right.
So, stop it.
Stop.
That's all I got to say. Stop it. Okay, so compassion fatigue. It's the emotional residue or strain of exposure to working with people suffering from the consequences of traumatic events. So you're that bestie, and the other bestie is like, oh my God, this happened to me today. This happened to me yesterday. This happened to me last week. This happened to me 2 days ago. Like, you can only foster so much compassion, and then you got another friend, and then you got your kiddos that you got to give compassion to, and then your significant other. All of that builds up over a long period of time to where you just don't have any more to give. And the way it looks like, it could kind of sort of look like burnout, but burnout is different. It's different. So with this, you have difficulty concentrating, making decisions, mood swings, especially towards irritability or anger. That's not PMS. Like, stop it. Okay. Feeling of hopelessness. Sometimes you just feel numb. You have symptoms of depression and anxiety. And this is all at the same time. This is not one piece. This is like all at the same time. You withdraw socially and you do self-isolation, so you disassociate. You have physical symptoms like headaches and upset stomach. Or I'm going to throw in there IBS. I was dealing with that and not knowing what it was, and that it can actually happen or be onset by so much anxiety and this. And if you are prone to this, sometimes this is where the increase, or you start the substance abuse of with drugs and alcohol. So, yeah, it's a very real thing. And I just heard about it this year, I believe. Yeah. This year. And I'm just like, what is it? It also, go hand in hand with PTSD and CPTSD, which is complex PTSD. Which is an ongoing of traumatic events that happen. I'm trying to think the best way to explain this. Is an ongoing traumatic events that keep coming back. So it's not like with PTSD, you're just triggered. The complexity of it is that you're constantly in it. So it keeps coming. It keeps coming back. Okay. That's the basic way I could say it without like putting all the medical terms and all this other stuff in it.
Right.
Yeah. So to know the difference between compassion fatigue and burnout. Okay. So, what character is that one? Sure. Okay. For some reason, I'm thinking of Sesame Street. Sure. So burnout, you can easily resolve that. That's like when you're needing to take a break, you're like overexhausted with your job, or you're just not liking the way something is, and you're just like blah. That's when you feel blah. But you can change blah, But the dynamics of certain relationships, like in order to change that, you have to completely cut it off. So that's why they're also different, very different. And with burnout, you also experience, the physical exhaustion, powerless, overwhelmed, the regular stuff. And, you continue to deal with that. So the best thing to not deal with that is to find another job. So then you're no longer in that burnout phase. Whereas, I listed all the compassion stuff. So it's kind of like when you reach that compassion fatigue, you're just like, I can't deal. I have no more emotional support to give. So that's the best way I can explain it.
Okay. I get that.
I didn't mean to whisper that because it's not funny, but yeah, I'm being soft.
Okay. But no, I get that. And because I'm sure I've shared this with you guys before that I don't know if you can call it a gift or my thing or talent, whatever.
Your
I
thing.
don't know. Yeah, whatever.
Secret voice.
I have no technical term for this, but is empathy. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure my superpower, and my husband has said, I would be an empath. That would be my thing. And I've been to, if you're an empath like me, you soak up all the emotions.
There's actually 4 different types of empaths. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
There are.
Do you know what they are?
I do, but we'll save that for next season.
Oh, dang it. Okay.
And it's actually pretty damn cool. It's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, Winter's going to have me Googling this because now I want to know. But
don't you say nothing.
I'm not going to say nothing. Okay, so, but if you're like me, I don't know what brand I am, but if you're like me, I soak up the emotions of everyone around me, and it's something that in my many years on this earth, is something that I've had to learn how to control because that can get you to overload real quick.
It messes you up.
Yeah. And so it's there's been times where I can't even be in a room with one other person because I've kind of hit my my breaking point, or I've hit my fill or whatever, and I can't take in any more emotions. I mean, physically I cannot take in any more emotions, and so I have to go sit by myself and look at the wall
and process. We talked about that, so figure out what episode we use the word processing. There's multiple different types of empaths. I guess there's more than 4. I don't know. We'll say there's mainly that. But, so the one that Ms. Violet is the emotional empath. And, those are the type where, you can feel somebody else's emotion. And there are the types of empaths that feel all other different types, which I'm sure that probably really sucks.
It does.
I think I'm a little bit of a hybrid as well, because I cannot watch. I like dramas, I do, but God dang it, if somebody starts crying and they're acting real well, my ass is over there crying and feeling it too. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I feel so bad for you. Like, even though I know that's their job and they're acting, but like, I don't like crying all the time. I just want to watch it and enjoy it. But like, yes, that was traumatic, but I don't want to be crying with you, girl. So there's that one. And then I'm intuitive. That little inkling, like, oh, you need to check on somebody, like that feeling of, somebody is needing you to say something, need you to say something to them is what I have. But we're not talking about that this,
sorry.
this episode.
Sorry,
but we will definitely go into the other ones next season. So that means you have to tune your butt back in.
And your ears.
Yeah.
Yep, I did that.
That is correct. That she did the pun. Yep, that is definitely right. So in order to help you with this compassion fatigue, you got to do self-care. We preached and talked about that so much. Ooh, I hit my lip on the microphone. We preached and talked about that so much at the beginning of this show. Not this particular episode, but we will get back to cultivating that mindset. Self-care is important. But, we still do the giveaways. And mindfulness, being mindful, working on, dissecting and not compartmentalizing. Dissecting and process, and complete. So I'm doing that. Hobbies. I know sometimes it's hard. I do, because I have been in that rut where you're just like, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
I don't feel like doing anything. It's like telling you to work out when you're having cramps. And they, working out helps, or they're like, why don't you go have some sex? And you're like, I don't feel like it. But if you have some sex, this is what happens afterward. But, I have to get my mind there to do anyway. So the point is, you have to get your mind working in a manner to where you can start a new hobby or learn new interests. Audiobooks. Start doing audiobooks. Because I know this day and age how instant every damn thing is. We don't like picking up a book. So, and as always for good mental health, speak to a therapist. I know in the Black community it's still kind of shamed or looked down upon, but I think after 2020, how COVID has changed everybody's life in some way. I think therapist offices have been booked up, and we can speak to, in our congregation or to our girlfriends, our boyfriends, our good, other people in our life, but you need someone who specializes in understanding the psychology and the psychiatry of mental health. They're going to be the one to be able to help you through the mud. Lotus flower. That was a little sidebar, but you have to be willing to do the work too. Therapy is not just you go in, talk, sit on the couch, whatever, or virtually sit on your couch and do whatever, and then come back and say same damn thing the following week. Like that's not therapy.
No, my therapist gives me homework. So she
That's the way
always
it
gives
should
me
be.
homework, and I'm like, dang. But even when I leave, she'll like send me an email or a text message like a day or two later. Hey, and so here's your homework before the next time we meet. I'm like, dang it.
Like, let me think about it.
Right? But no, therapy, I am a huge advocate for therapy, and anyone who's gone to therapy can probably tell you how great it is to have.
And
that.
it's a two-way street. Like, not every time when you pick your therapist is the right therapist.
Right.
Like, you can shop therapists like cars. So it is okay if you're like, I'm not feeling it, but also you can't be like, I don't do that. Mm-hmm. If a therapist is calling you out on something, you can't just be like, I don't do that. I don't think I do that. Because what you in therapy for?
But what if I don't do that? I'm just playing.
I'm like, you know how many people they've listened to that say the same damn thing? Hundreds.
But I
So you not an individual. You trying to be an individual.
Everything that I'm going through, nobody has ever gone through in the history of the world. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So to solve your compassion fatigue, guys and girls and gals and boys and everything under the rainbow, you know, it's a serious thing, and it happens, and you don't. I think it's always been around. We just didn't know what the term was.
Mm-hmm. And don't think you have to be ultra emotional to suffer from this. I mean,
yes, that one, yeah.
Even if you feel like you are the least emotional person or whatever, you can still suffer from this. And it's probably, and I'm not a doctor. Look, I don't know nothing.
We need a production. We need a button that says discretion advised or
like
whatever that. Yeah. Disclaimer.
Disclaimer, yeah. But I'm not a doctor or anything, but even if you feel like you're not that emotional of a person, I would probably think that your threshold would be a lot lower than someone who probably is very emotional. So it's something that can affect everyone. So you just have to be very in tune with your mind, body, and spirit to make sure that all of them are working on one accord the way that they're supposed to.
Yes, because you don't want to start having physical, well, we already talked about physical problems. So,
Yeah.
But yes, on the upper side, so we are doing a Super Screen Daily Moisturizer, a SPF 40, as Miss Violet says, a SPF 40.
40.
I like that, a SPF 40. And it is by,
Somebody.
yes, that's it, but it's,
Let me see. Oh, do I have to say it?
you can say it.
Super Goop.
Yep, she did it. She did it.
Super Goop.
Super Goop.
Wait, I can't say it. Okay, wait. Super Goop Sunscreen Daily Moisturizer SPF 40.
All right, green eggs and ham, Mr. Dr. Seuss. Yeah, I'm not going to read the ingredients, but it's all 3 different types of sunscreen. So
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, you can pitch in to put your name in the drawing and get it. Okay,
Yep.
and
You know how you do it. So, again, and I promise I'm going to circle back around, but feminism isn't about making women strong. Women are already strong. It's about changing the way the world perceives that strength. That was said by G.D. Anderson. So that is your phrase to get your SPF 40.
Yeah,
G.D. Anderson.
ooh, don't spit. This is why our microphones get sprayed, because we pop, lock, and drop it and spiff it. Yeah.
All of that stuff.
Yeah.
So, make sure you send that in, and you've got your quote for the week.
You have
set your
10 quotes that you can recycle until season 6 comes aboard.
Yep. And if that's not enough, go to our website and listen to season 4, season 3, season 2, season 1.
And tag people you know that could probably utilize this information.
Yep.
It's everyday information that could be used, actually. Yeah.
So check out the website, and then again, even though we aren't coming back until season 6, you can still email us and hit us up on Twitter, because we always love to hear from you guys. So it doesn't have to be radio silent. You guys can talk to us, and we promise we'll talk back to you.
Yeah, even though we be going radio silent, we know we know.
Right.
We know.
Right.
Goodness gracious, we know.
Right. So yeah, but yeah, I don't.
Yeah, so
I don't
that's
have a
it.
teaser for the next episode. I'm so sad.
The next season. Well, yeah, actually, yeah, we do. So,
We do?
So the episode of next season, chasing boobs.
Oh Lord.
You gotta chase those boobs, yo. Chasing boobs, chasing boobs.
All of that stuff.
Like puss in boots, puss in boots.
Nope. I'm not even going there. Not even doing it. Nope.
Saying puss in boots, puss in boots.
I
Like
see
the
that.
movie, puss in boots, puss in boots. And I'm bouncing, y'all. I'm bouncing.
She really
with it.
is. I'm very uncomfortable right now.
Pineapple.
Production. Pineapples. But anyway, no, we love you guys. Thank you so much for listening to us. And thank you so much for being there and just for being you, because you help make this world better. So
Yes.
we
Do
love
you,
y'all
boo.
so much. And we love it when you do you. So do you, boo.
Yes. Do you, boo?
Mm-hmm.
Do you, boo? Get the neck roll with it. Do you, boo? Okay, we miss being off the air, so
Yeah.
that's why this ending is so long. But
Yeah.
we'll get offline now.
We love you.
Bye.